Wakufe wote. Wakufe wote.
Wakufe wote.
Wakufe wote.
Hakuna kuchagua nani anakufa nani akufi.
Hapana.
Aha.
And the weather is perfect to fly, right?
Very beautiful.
Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you indeed. Okay, blessed people, thank you so much. The Lord bless you indeed.
Amen.
Yes, I will see you. So you guys are going by road, eh?
Yes,
just watch the vehicles on the road because the road is a bit tricky.
Yes.
Yes, and then we'll meet there. You're coming to Riverside Drive.
Yes.
Yes, because all the guests are coming there.
Or to look for votes. We come to church because we are Christians. We believe in God. And in any case, the Constitution of Kenya, the first chapter, says God of all creations in our Constitution. And that is why Kenya is a God-fearing nation.
Nakwambia Ruto, wachana na ujinga na wachane na umama. Wachana na ujinga na wachane na umama yenye uko nayo. Uko na umama nyingi saa hii. Na nilikwambia mambo ni matatu. Ruto, nilikwambia mambo ni matatu. Uhame Kenya, ama uende binguni, ama uende jela. Rudia mambo zenye unafanya. Rudia. Tumechoka na wewe. Tumechoka na wewe kabisa Ruto. Na mambo ni hiyo matatu. Hakuna kitu kingine ati tunaongea. Hakuna urudi ati juu ya meza utuambie sijui nini. Beta tuende partyless, leaderless, tukue hivyo. Hakuna mambo mengine tunataka kuongea. Tumechoka na nyinyi. Na tunakugodha. Hatuna huo. Nakwambia utazega. Ni lazima uzege. Na mambo itakuwa uta. Hakuna mambo mengine tunaongea. Unasikia? Uzege ukiandanga. Unaona marotejo za kwenda kwenye Sigoi. Hatukuna huo hiyo mambo yako. Hiyo ujinga. Uko na ufala nyingi kwa akili yako. Uko na ufala. Na nakwambia utaenda binguni, hata si binguni unaenda hela. Unafai uende hela wewe. Wewe Kenya ulifanya ukaua mpaka watoto. Haunanga huruma sana. Hauna huruma na watu wa Kenya.
The amazing thing is that today is a very sad day in Kenya, but many people don't know it. Because it's not sad for us, it's sad for the generation that's coming up. I believe we have seen the biggest mistake that has ever been made. It's bigger than post-election violence, bigger than tribalism, bigger than kicking out the vice president. It's bigger than division of parties and all those things. Na hii issue ni kuallow the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, or called the Gates Foundation, cooperate with limited restrictions. Just do your research and see what they have done around the world. GMO, healthcare, vaccines. We have given free rein to this organization, which is the biggest mistake we could have ever done. Now, what's going to happen next? The next step that you will see is digital IDs, digital birth certificates. Ask me why and I'll tell you why that is part of their strategy. But man, it's a sad day for Kenya. It's a sad day for Kenya. Do your research. Do your research. You'll see it.
Raila Odinga is not a reformist. He's a shameless opportunist who has been riding on the blood of Kenyans to create wealth for himself, his clique, and his family. He has been playing us unabashedly like Ronaldinho for eons. With Moi, it was cooperating with Kanu. With Kibaki, it was nusu mkate. With Uhuru, it was handshake for the sake of peace. With Ruto, after youths were murdered and brains scattered on pavements in the streets of Nairobi, it's broad-based government. The Ayatollah of Opoda has held the Luo community ransom. Parliament, on the other hand, is filled by rotten, nefarious, greedy, thugs and hooligans in expensive suits? Who gives budget hundreds of millions to a silly office like that one of Rachel Ruto as if power is sexually transmitted? While many kids out here are going without food or access to education, which is and ought to be a basic right. We do not have a country. We have a cabal of thieves, and we must reclaim back our country from these paragons of mediocrity.
Thousands of Kenyans will now wait longer to access identification cards after the High Court once again halted the printing of the third-generation ID cards. In a spot check by Citizen TV across various counties, Kenyans flocked to Huduma Center offices seeking redress on the way forward as it emerged that young people are missing out on crucial government services. Laura Tieno now reports on the mounting anxiety among the youthful population due to the ping-pong of the legality of Maisha number.
At the Huduma Center office in Kisii, hundreds of young people have turned up seeking identification cards. Some visibly wary after months of waiting for the all-important document. A scenario replicated in many Huduma centers across the country. In Nyeri, some parents opting to accompany their children who have now been locked out of accessing loans for higher learning, putting their academic future in limbo.
Niko devastated, juu can't tafuta help ama stapata, juu mzazi atalipaji fees, juu sina ID. Only the reason juu sina ID, siwezi lipa school fees yangu, so inanisumbua up to now, since January 29th sina ID.
Tulikuwa nataka kama hatapata hiyo namba ya waiting card yako nayo, si afadhali tumike kama ID kumregister kwa help ndio apate help kwa sababu sisi wazazi tunaumia.
The queues might only get longer as the High Court threw brakes on the printing of the third generation ID cards, popularly known as Maisha number. This following a case filed by a lobby group from Garissa, which argued that the government had failed to, among other things, prove the safety of the data being collected. This being the second time that the printing is running into headwinds after a similar order was issued in December 2023, only to be lifted in February this year. The back and forth now leaving thousands of Kenyans without identification cards.
Nikakuja wakaniambia nikuje after 2 weeks. Kukuja after 2 weeks, tena wananiambia ID imechelewa. Kuja after 1 month. Tena kukuja wananiambia stories juu za Maisha card. Sasa hata hiyo Maisha card tutaizana na maisha bila ID kuse.
The government halted the printing of the second generation ID cards in November 2023 and has since phased out the system entirely. Immigration PS Julius Bitok had indicated that the National Registration Bureau had acquired a modern printer to process the third generation ID cards, which feature a microchip and will be renewed after every 10 years.
So, nasoma muzao itabidi warudi wakaplan. Loyalty kwando jina ngumu ku understand. Nashibana clan kama udi zina ban. Maruma na mkiaz na niudhi. Nasikia kwa ribu, masiku zao pia kwani juice kwangi mtu ficha mkia kwa miguu. Nasikia wanani so, unaulizia kani true. Na walisha na bado wanalia inanikalia funny tu, niko na idea. Maybe nikikupatia side yangu ya story vitu zitakuwa clear. Ama nafaa kukutangazia kila mtu duniani nimesaidia. Sikuna kicho kitafuta reason nyingine upati ni moja ndo ubaki tu. Wanasikia kawivu na walaitia kimari juu zikinibastia sani kuu changamkia au magasia na waaktia nkani movie wanansikia wanijuu.
This week people have been calling me, others have been texting me because of this video that is trending, this one.
I finish by saying this. Chege leo ameitwa huyu Chege Majuisi. Ameitwa leo. Na pesa zimetolewa za kuhakikisha kwamba mdomo yote ya mlima ambayo inaongea kama mimi lazima izimwe. Nataka kusema nikiwa hapa, tulikuwako, tuko na tutakuwako.
Before 2022 election, I used to explain to people Ruto's history so that they can understand the kind of person Ruto is. But people used to tell me, hatutaki kusikia historia, sisi tunaangalia mbele. Do you know why Ruto didn't want people to dig about his history? Because it's dark. All kind of crimes that he has done before. And you people think Ruto will change. And I can see even people who are learned saying, oh, Ruto is a chess master of politics. Are you stupid or something? We had Moi, who was a professor of politics for 24 years. People calling him professor. And what did he do to our country? Now you have a chess master here for 2 years. What can you see that has been done to our country? Our country is going down. Now when Mdomo, he's a chess master of politics. We have people coming and taking over our country. Now we have Belinda and Bill Gates coming to our country with full immunity. They can own things, they can move things, they can charge you. If you say anything against them, they can do anything in our country. Now when Mdomo Tuoto is a chess master of politics. All the money this guy is collecting as taxes, he's not even using to develop a road or a health center or even our energy or even education. Kazi yake ni kulipa wanasiasa because he thinks about politics when he wakes up in the morning. For the first time, you have potholes hapa in Westlands. There's nothing is moving in our country. There's no money in school. Look at even our higher education system. Students are dropping out of universities in large numbers. Health sector is in quagmire. It's not even working. Unemployment in our country. We had the other day in parliament, ulisikia watu walihongo sijui pesa ngapi. He used over 1.5 billion to bribe MPs and senators to impeach Gachagua. 1.5 billion could have gone a long way to solve the issues of education in our country. But he's thinking of buying every person who is talking. But I want to tell Ruto, not everybody is for sale. Not everybody goes just because of money. I can tell you for it. And people will take Ruto's money. Hii pesa za Ruto ni kama zile za Judas mwenye aliuza Yesu. Alimuuza akaenda akajihang. That's what I can tell you for sure. Hata hazina utamu. Hazina utamu. Because you are selling your nation. Yeah? You are selling your country. Uanze kukuja hapa kudefend akina Adani. Yeah? People who are taking our country and wewe ni mdomo tu ati is doing for 2 years. Can't you even use your mind and see what have become of our country before you open your mouth?
Kujadili masuala ya mwananchi. Haya ndio kazi yake. Ikiwa masuala ya kuzuewe kama mbunge inataka na respect sisi wananchi ambao tulikuchagua ndio tuweze kuambia kwa ndio ama la. Una haja gani ya mwanasiasa uwe mchezaji na uwe referee? Kwa nini wewe ndio uchague ABC? Kwa nini usichague tuachie sisi watu wa bodaboda, mama mboga na sisi majenzi ndio tuchagulie watu ambao watakupeleka bungeni? Ya pili, wale ambao wasionekana viongozi wa kidini. Kwani kuna sheria yote ndani ya IBC inasema kwamba ukiwa Muislamu upige kura na mkono ya kulia, ukiwa Mkristo upige na mkono ya kushoto? Tofauti kwa hivyo tuna haja gani kuwa na viongozi wa dini ndani ya IBC? Watupatie chebukati mwingine? Hatutaki. Viongozi wa kidini kwanza kabisa wakati ambao sisi wajenzi tulikuwa tunapigana hata jeneza zetu hawakuhudhuria. La pili, wao hawalipi ushuru. Kwa hivyo kwa nini waniambie niendeshe serikali ambayo inalipia ushuru mimi, wewe hulipi ushuru? Kaa hapo kanisani, msikitini, uongozi huko. Tuachie sisi tuchague IBC tunavyotaka sisi.
And told me that the police are in the house and they come to pick Dad. And they didn't enter the compound. Told him to get ready, and there were 5 men ununiformed and masked, and there was 1 woman with them. And they walked him out, and they didn't say who they were, they didn't say where they were coming from, what they were taking him for, why they were taking him. They just left. So, of course, just trying to find and locate. So I'm glad, with the help of LSK and friends and comrades, that we've been able to find where he is. And he's been taken because of the Stanchart Marathon. He sent something about Occupy Stanchart, and it was very clear. He said that people need to be safe, people need to just wear flags. When did it become a crime that to wear a flag in this country, you will be arrested for? And if we continue to stay silent, they will kill us all. But who is going to be in this country? They take my husband, they take your children, they take you. If we do nothing, if we say nothing, they will continue like this. And that's why we must continue to fight against this kind of behavior, whether it is coming from whoever that top person is, whether it is coming from the president or from the DCI. It is unlawful, it is illegal, and it should not continue to happen. So we must reject continuously and ensure that this behavior stops.
Of violation of human rights. We want to see a total change. Let us work together instead of frustrating the people of Kenya. Thank you.
niko na swali. Na nimechoka na Kenya. Kuna watoto walikufa 21. Hiyo story ikaenda chini ya maji. Kuna majenzi walikufa. Hiyo story ikaenda chini ya maji. Watu tulipata hapo na kama Kware hapo tulipata wamefungwa kama manguo ya beli ya manguo ilienda chini ya maji. Sasa hizi hizo manyang'au zimekaa kwa parliament, manguruwe ndio wanajua kutoa Gachagua, ndio wako na nguvu ya kutoa Gachagua. Mbona hizo kesi zingine hazijawauma kama ya Gachagua? Mbona hizo kesi za watu wiko kufa 21 wenye walikuwa napota Uganda haikuwauma? Lakini ya Gachagua juu hiki kitu kidogo na wanataka kumtoa. So sisi tumeagree hivi waende wote, hata by the way hataki maneno mingi, watoke wakienda mpaka kama MP wote wakufe wote. Wakufe wote.
Wakufe wote.
Wakufe wote.
Hakuna kuchagua nani anakufa nani akufi.
Hapana.
Aha.